Today we will, I am Dr. Swati. Today we will discuss about the Copyright Act 1957, how it has been protected, this right, when a person has been created his own publishing or else his own creativity with his mind and soul, how it will be protected. Let us discuss about this. Copyright means it is a right to copy one thing, whether the authorized person has been a creator to be produced or reproduced, or it may be for distribution. Copyright Act says the legal ownership of any intellectual property of its original fiction or non-original fiction. It may give, conveys and protects the rights of that particular production or reproduction or distribution. Let us discuss when suppose Mr. A is a person who have created, like he had put his creation on one product. Okay, assume that Mr. B have told him to decide this product to be implemented in the market. At that time, Mr. A first he have told to Mr. B, chalo, you have to produce this product in the market. Later on, he had said that person not to produce in the market. Why? Mr. A have a copyright for doing this act, but Mr. B couldn't get. After few days, he may say that no, you should not produce this act. At that time, whether Mr. A is capable for this copyright? Absolutely. See, Mr. A had his copyright act. Suppose in that he had registered in this copyright act whether a person has been done any sort of creation. It may be authorized under this copyright act. Whether, if I give you an example, when we may purchase one book, if in that book it may goes for reprint, okay, or else the copyrights have been totally reserved by this author. We used to mention, whereas we may see copyright is a beginning when copyright is a person when he had been created any publishing a book or else any sort of new product he had launched. At that time the copyrights has been put in a circle like C. After that, if it is maybe produced in CPOR, it may be related to give a license authority, first publishing name of the owner, and moreover, if suppose this product has been infringed by other party, assume that section 2M says infringement of rights, how it may be protected to the author, absolute owner, where we may see that we may when we may purchase anything or especially particular literary works, at that time we may see or we are all copyright users. Obviously we are the copyright users, but we don't know are the copyrights are the owners. We don't know that, right or wrong, unless until we may assume that we may think that he may be the owner. Absolutely, sometimes he may be the owner, but fortunately he may say other person to do this act. Okay, on that basis, if it comes under this copyright act, we are having 4 or 5 types. Let us discuss about this. First, we are having the subject matter of what sort of rights we may protected by this act. Literary work, artistic work, dramatic works, musical works, and computer software. Nowadays the technology has been improved a lot, like we are using lot this technology. Though we may have so many infringements, rights, we couldn't assume that how the rights may be infringed. Okay, in this way literary work says about if I have to translate, suppose assume that I have to translate one book English to Telugu, assume that, or else Hindi. I have a copyright to make this translations works. Okay, until unless the copyright won't be infringed without consent of me, then it may be taken into literary work. Some works may be, it may convert some words. Suppose I have given, Mr. A had given to Mr. B, the work has been translated. Fortunately, he had designed with his own consent. Without consulting me, he had taken the publishing works which I have told him to take. At that time, he couldn't publish in my way. Then I am suable to that person. Without my consent, he had done this work. Or else literary work may say that whatever the precious books which we may have, or whatever the thing we have to republish, it all considered under this literary works. Example I want to give you under this books, especially the authors which the life of the book span may be from the calendar beginning according to section 26 says 60 years of the beginning calendar. It may says the literary works, whatever the translation or republish or to convert into another way, like a new product they want to launch, it all comes under literary work. Whereas comes to artistic work. Artistic work says about in public domain you have to put this, and especially the broadcasting way, to create a music or painting, sculptures, whatever it may be, it should be under public domain. Under artistic work, we may say that whatever the rights it may be performed in a public, we have to enclosure in public domain. See, artistic work is nothing but where a person wants to say something. If he couldn't say in sculpture mode, if he had designed a work in artistic way, through that he want to convey some message to society. Dramatic work, to produce, to publish, to make a scenic film or acting choreography. It is nothing but dramatic work. If it has the rights have been infringed in dramatic work, we may say that dramatic work, puppet shows or drama culture. Previously we have seen that if we should say some awareness program. True to this, to make a sense of this awareness, they want to make this dramatic work. Moreover, the musical works. Suppose I am sitting in one place where I am using some music. Like I have invented some music. If the music has been infringed without my knowledge, due to this technology program, some person has been infringed my music. Assume that he have put it immediately in social website. Okay, I may sue on that person under this copyright act. Though it is a reserved copy for me, I got a license on that. But based on this musical works, whichever the musical works may be infringed my right, it comes under this Copyright Act 1957. Computer software. If some computer software, in this we may say that the dramatistic work, literary work, artistic work, musical works or engineering designs which has been infringed, it all comes under this Copyright Act 1957. Whereas I want to discuss you another thing. Section 22 says that if at all this particular act has been infringed with the rights, it may be differed in civil and criminal remedies. Whereas I want to tell you one case regarding with this. KPM Sundaram versus Ratna Prakasham Mandir, AIR 1983, Delhi High Court has given 461. Delhi High Court has given this stanza, where we may see that Mr. KPM Sundaram has given an order for Ratna Prakash Mandir. He have told to make some books to publish. This Ratna Prakasham Mandir, what he has done, whatever the creation of this book which he has given by Sundaram, this person has made in his own creativity. Okay, at the time with his partners KPM Sundaram and other partners has ordered this Ratna Prakasham Mandir to make certain order and make the book to be newly like he want to insert some new things on this, but without taking the consideration of KPM Sundaram, this Ratna Prakash Mandir had done his own projection on this particular book. He had created some other things without knowing KPM Sundaram. Without informing anything, without his consent, he had done this particular act. At the time when Mr. KPM Sundaram approached KPM Sundaram and other parties has approached Ratna Prakash Mandir, at that time this person has said he had openly like Ratna Prakash Mandir have said that yes, I had done this mistake, I am agreeing. Though he had admitted in front of them, but in the court he couldn't admit. At that time KPM Sundaram and others were the testimony for them, and moreover the Delhi High Court has given an injunction where his particular rights maybe couldn't infringe. KPM Sundaram and others has given the the mode of the book has been changed. At that time, KPM Sundaram and others has opposed and they have put a petition under they have put in a case at Delhi High Court where stating that he had infringed their rights. Okay, at that time Ratna Prakasham Mandir was admitted in the court. Second time he had admitted in the court, yes, he had done infringed his right without his consent, without their consent. KPM Sundaram and others, without their consent, he had said that yes, I had done this mistake. Immediately, Delhi High Court has given a judgment. This person has infringed KPM Sundaram's and others' right, so injunction has been made. But in Ratna Prakasham Mandir, where at that person, Ratna Prakasham Mandir, he had told to the court like he had given his own identity and he couldn't mention his name, though he had mentioned KM Sundaram and others. So right to liberty, right to life or right to equality has been infringed in this. So this KPM Prakasham Mandir has denied to make this KPM Sundaram and other object, which the case has been still it's going for Supreme Court. The court is given direction not to infringe any personal individual rights. It may be based on it may be reserved in infringe. It should not infringe any other rights. All copyrights have been made by KPM Sundaram and others. So they have win the case in the Supreme Court. Lastly, the courts have been said that should not infringe any individual rights which they have owned by their own copyrights which have reserved, and moreover the creator of a person should not enhance or should not deprive. So the court has given the directions. Whatever the works have been ethically or unethically, it has to be ensured in Copyright Act 1957.